Hello, Citizens. It's Southampton first Manchester City in the FA Cup. It's a big game, isn't it? It's a chance for us to get to Wembley again and maybe win another domestic trophy, which would be nice. But it's also a chance for us to get away from the Premier League and, get rid of that stress and just get away from that for a little bit. Now, Southampton are not going to be an easy game. They've lost the last 3 matches, but this season they've done quite well. And I think one of the big reasons for that is Hasenhuttl. I know they lost the last couple of seasons 9-0 a couple of times, even against United, and got beat 8-0 at one point too. But I think Hasenhuttl deserves a lot of credit. Southampton do as well for keeping hold of him and not getting rid of him, staying true. Now, I did say a few weeks ago, I'm not sure who I said it to, if I said it on a watch long or preview or something, but I think Hasenhuttl also deserves a nomination for Manager of the Season. I know Klopp's probably going to get it, but Rav's done a fantastic job and, fair play to him. And we learned earlier in the season, we drew 0-0 against them at our ground and we drew 1-0 with them at their ground. And I think in the first half at St Mary's, they were a better team. And we were lucky to go in still in the match, I thought. In the second half, we came into it much better and we could have probably snatched 3 points, but we didn't. And in the last few weeks, if there's one thing we've learned, is that when we don't get an early goal and the longer the game goes on, the players seem to get frustrated. They seem to run out of ideas. They did it against Palace. That second half was abysmal against Palace. It really was. And I thought if any team was going to win, it's probably going to be them on the break. And they nearly did towards the end. And same thing with Everton. If it wasn't for a defensive mix-up at the Goodison, I don't think we probably would have won that game. And also VAR intervention. Okay, we scored our goals against United, but they were shocking United, weren't they? They were pretty poor. And obviously we had a pretty poor game against Sporting, 0-0. Arguably we were 5-0 up in the first leg, but we didn't score. And I said in that game we needed to score to show that we could do it against Crystal Palace, and we didn't. Now I've gone a couple of games without scoring, which is unlike us. But could we possibly go 3 games without scoring? Maybe, because the one thing Southampton are going to do, and we saw it twice this season already, is that they're going to try and disrupt us. They're going to time waste. They're going to take their time over corners, free kicks, goal kicks, throw-ins. And the longer the match goes on, if it gets to half-time 0-0, they're going to have confidence and they're going to think they can win the game. And if we start to get frustrated like we did against Palace, because our players started yelling at each other, they started moaning a lot, they completely ran out of ideas and they pretty much shut down in that second half against Palace. There's nothing happening creatively. And we can't let that happen against Southampton. We need an early goal. Now, how do we get that? Well, we have to start aggressive. Again, I thought we did that against Palace. And we should have been 2-0 up, but how Bernardo didn't score in that game is beyond me. And that brings me to the lineup. I don't see Pep making too many changes in this one because I think he's going to want to go out all out and win it. He said in his pre-match press conference for this game that every game now is a cup final. Every single game in the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Champions League, and he's right. We have to win every single game. If we want to win trophies, we can't afford to draw any. We can't afford to lose. We have to win every single one. We have to treat every game like it's a knockout game. And this is our first test. And so I can see a strong team. Like I said, I think he's going to play Edison at the back. I can see him play Cancelo and Walker at fullback. He's going to have to play Stones and Laporte at centre half. Although, for me, I think Laporte could do a drop-in, to be honest with you. He's going to play De Bruyne. Now, I'm torn between Bernardo and Gundogan. I think Gundogan might play in this one because I think we're going to have quite a lot of the ball like we do most games. And I think he's going to want to have a bit more creatively. Now, I think Bernardo, he's been fantastic for us this season. I think he's great. His work rate, never doubt him. I never have anything bad to say about him. But he's not really been on it in terms of creating chances and scoring for us. So I think he can probably come out and put Gundogan in there because Gundogan's going to, he's going to zip the ball around. He's good with his balance. He's going to do a lot of running that Bernardo would do anyway. So bring him on. Play De Bruyne as well because he's our best creative player. Now, the front 3 against Palace I thought were poor. I thought Mahrez can probably be dropped out, bring Sterling in. And I think you can drop Grealish and bring Jesus in. But I think I'd play Foden too. But as I've said so many times, you can't play Foden at number 9. Foden at number 9 is a waste of his talent. He's great on the ball. He's great when he's running at defenders. And he's great when he's running all over the pitch. He's not going to do that at number 9. You're asking for him to compete like over 90 minutes against 2 centre-halves, which he's just not going to be able to do. So it's just a waste of his talent. You need to get him on the ball, and he's best used on the left or where Bernardo usually plays next to De Bruyne. But like I said, he's probably going to play Gundogan, so I think if he's going to do anything, he's probably going to play Foden at number 9 again, but I'd put Jesus there personally. Put Foden on the left, Sterling on the right. You know, or you can put Foden on the right, Sterling on the left, whatever. But I think you have to play Jesus in the middle this match. Either him or, if you're going to play Grealish, put him at number 9 and not Foden. Because again, if you're going to whip balls in everywhere, I'd rather have Jesus in the middle and try and get on the end of the headers than Foden. That's just me. That's just the way I do it. That's what I'd do. Now, another reason why I think he'd play Gundogan in this game and why I think Sterling will play really well is because when the fullbacks overlap, when Cancelo and Walker get to the byline and they cut the ball across, one of the things we really struggle with is getting players in this 6-yard box. Aguero used to do it all the time. And strikers obviously will naturally do it. But the amount of times that Walker will get to the byline or Cancelo and they whip the ball in along the floor into the box, and we've got players on the edge of the box or piled in on the penalty spot, but no one in this 6-yard box. It's frustrating. It happens all the time. Sterling is one of the players that will get in the 6-yard box, but so too will Gundogan. Gundogan gets in the 6-yard box as well, and I've said it time and time again. Those two are probably our best goal poachers, which is phenomenal for me for that to be Gundogan. But he does it all the time. He gets in the 6-yard box. So I think that's what we need to do. We need to overload and we need to learn how to get in that 6-yard box again. Now, we are going to have most of the possession. We are going to be zipping the ball around. And we're probably going to get a lot of crosses in. So, you know, hopefully something falls our way. And hopefully Pep's got an idea. If it doesn't start to work out, though, Pep has to make changes sooner. He didn't make any changes against Palace. And it wasn't working. And it wasn't working that entire second half. He needs to make changes. Now, it's so bizarre as well, because if you think about it, Pep is one of the driving forces, if not the main driving force, for having 5 subs in a match. And if you're not keeping up with it, 5 subs is half your outfield team. You know, you have 10 outfield players. So 5 subs is half your team. Yeah, he's not making a single sub in some of these matches. So next season we could possibly, if he doesn't work on that and try and get that a little bit more ingrained into his brain to make changes sooner, you know, we're going to have teams making 5 subs against us and we're not going to be making any. You know, you can't be having half their team a lot fresher than ours, because we pass the ball around, we tire teams out, and we try and break them down in the second half. But if you're making 5 subs in that second half, your players are not really going to be tired from running around from us, so maybe we're going to need a plan B next season as well. I mean, that's something we're going to have to look at a little bit later down the line. But yeah, tomorrow he's going to be playing his main team, because like I said, and he said it, every game is a cup final now. No question about it. We're in the last 2 months of the season. We just can't afford to lose. And Southampton are going to be a tough team to break down. But that's the lineup I'd go with. I don't know if you'd agree, but that's what I'd do. And yeah, it's a big game, isn't it? Now, I will be doing a watch along for the match tomorrow, so feel free to join me for that. And feel free to let me know in the comments who you would start, you know, in the 11 and who you would play. But good game, I think. I think it's going to be a tough one, you know, and I think it's a good setup for the Atletico Madrid game as well, because we just drew Atletico in the Champions League, and Atletico are the kind of team we're going to struggle against, because they love defending, they sit back deep, and, you know, with our lack of goals at the moment, that's going to be a tough tie. So this is a nice warm-up to that. Let's see what the players can do, eh? Like I said, it's not going to be an easy. But yeah, do join me for it. Now, as for the video, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching as always, and enjoy your Saturday. Bye-bye.